Do you love the idea of bullet journals, but still want a structured planner? Now there is no need to choose. Instead, check out the new Archer and Olive planner line. Hey everyone, welcome to Runs on Espresso, where we combine creativity and planning to accomplish everything we want, or almost everything. In today's video, we are taking a closer look at the new Archer and Olive planners and professional line. Let's start with the planners because I am sure that's what y'all are most interested in. We will start with the 2024 Abstract Wellness Dated Planner. This is the A5 size and it is $47. And I also got the little tabs. The tabs are a very thin vinyl material, and you get January through December. The only problem with that is your planner is 14 months. It actually starts November 2023 and goes through December 2024. So what I'm thinking of doing is using the tabs for 2024 and just marking with a little page mark for 2023. Otherwise, you'd have to buy two of these. And I'm not sure that you need two of these because then you have 24 and then you have 10 leftovers and it becomes a whole thing. Anyway, let's get into the actual planner. First off, I absolutely love this A5 size. It is adorable. It is perfect. It's so cute. It's not too thick. Without any stickers or anything in the planner, it is about an inch thick. So that's not too bad. It's very portable. It's not too heavy feeling in my hands. The one thing I dislike is the wire O binding. I much prefer a coil. And now going on to the cover design, I love these little gold accents that they have on it. I love the colors. I am a little disappointed in the color of this elastic band. I don't think it quite matches any of the colors on the cover, so it stands out to me as just slightly off. I think if it would have been more of this light blue color here rather than a teal or maybe more navy, it would look much better. And then you have a black pen loop, and in the back you get your little pocket here like all the Archer and Olive notebooks. And see, this is why I hate the wire O binding. It never wants to open or close well. Opening the book up, the inside has a nice gold stripe. You get a snap-in bookmark to easily mark your pages, measure out anything that you need. It is your standard 160 GSM paper. And flipping ahead, we get a little note from Bonnie over here and a how to use your planner on this side. I appreciate when companies include a how to use your planner or ideas for your planner type thing, because sometimes when you open it up and you see that blank page and you're like, how am I going to use this? Or what would I use this for? For example, we have a year at a glance page. They list out a bunch of ideas for you on how to use that. Same with, they have some dot grid pages. They give you a bunch of ideas. You may or may not use these ideas, but they might spark something in your mind like, oh, you know, this says I could use the year at a glance as a habit tracker, but I don't want to use it as a habit tracker. What if I use it as a reading tracker? Did I read today? How many pages did I read? Or, you know, I started a book on this date, I finished it on this date. That is why I like when they give these little notes here. Not that you're going to use it exactly as how they've intended it, but here's some ideas. Let's see your creativity come forth from what we have set forth. Moving on, we have a dot grid page, followed by a 2024 mini calendar. And then we have our year at a glance. And this is your 12 months of 2024. You have 6 per page. And as I showed you in the little year at a glance section here, they give you a lot of ideas. And let's say you did want to use this as your reading log. You've got room on each day to mark maybe how long you read for, how many pages you read for, or you want to be like, on June 5th, I started a book. You could put start, and then on June 12th, I finished it, finished. Probably can't fit the book in there unless you have really, really small handwriting. After the year at a glance, we get more dot grid pages, 2, 4, 5 dot grid pages. Then we have our monthly cover page. So for November, we have pay attention to what draws you in. Open it up. We get like a kind of a coloring page on each backside of the monthly. So you can color it in, you can doodle some more on here, make it your own. Then we have our monthly dashboard. And I really, really like this page. You have a spot for your top 3 intentions for the month, followed by a little bit of a reflection last month. Went well, could be better, most proud of. Below last month, you have to take care of myself. This month I will, and you get 8 bullet points. I am thankful for. You have a little mood tracker down here. Zoomed in on the mood tracker so you can see this a little bit better. So for each day of the month, you have a number in a little circle, and then you get circles down here, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 circles that you can indicate a color and your mood. And then each day, obviously, you color in the little space. I think this mood tracker is great. It's not as creative as some people get in their bullet journals, but if you're looking for a mood tracker and a planner, that one is really cool. And then, of course, at the bottom, you have a little section for notes. And we are back out, so we will flip the page to our monthly view. So with the monthly view, you have a notes column over here, and then kind of a little prompt or action you can do down in the corner. And then you have your monthly layout with a little bit of room on the bottom for notes or doodling, whatever you would like. I do think that the boxes on this monthly spread are a little small, and we will grab a handy dandy ruler here and see what we've got. My ruler is a bit long, so I gotta, try and make this work. Our boxes are about 1 inch across, just a tad bit over 1 inch, and about 1.25 inches tall. So for me, I'm not going to be putting a lot of information on the monthly page because those boxes are so small, which for me is not a deal breaker because honestly, I don't use my monthly pages all that much. I mostly keep track of appointments, paydays, and baseball or hockey games. That is not a deal breaker for me. If you need bigger boxes, this might not be the size for you. It does also come in letter size, which is like 8.5 by 11. If you need bigger boxes, that size might be for you, but then just note it's going to be a much bigger planner and not as cute and portable as the A5. Moving ahead to our weekly spread. It is a Monday start in the week. This is a Sunday start. I know that bothers some people. It would be a little bit of an effort, but you could redate your monthly spread or just leave it and go with the Monday start on the weekly pages. The only thing I do not like is the split of Saturday and Sunday. I do a lot of stuff on Saturday and Sunday, and I always need more room when they're split like this. But Each column is unlined and has a little sleep tracker at the bottom. At the very bottom of the page, you have a habit tracker for 5 habits. You have a notes box, and over here you have priorities. You have room for 5 priorities. So that could be maybe your top priority 5 of the 7 days of the week. And then you have a little mini calendar highlighting which week we're in. Let's measure our columns to see how much room we have on them. So the columns are 1.5 inches across, and that is the same for your Saturday and Sunday as well. And then we'll measure from the top of the box to the top of the little sleep column. So you're at about 5.25 for your weekdays, and your weekends are about 2.25. Now, if we measure from like below our little date flag here to just the sleep tracker, you're at 4.75. And on our weekend, you're at just about 2 inches. And of course, you have a page for every week in the month. And then before your next month, you have kind of a monthly dashboard wrap-up page. Monthly dashboard, monthly wrap-up. I guess this would be a monthly wrap-up because your dashboards are usually at the beginning of the month. Like, this is your dashboard, this is your wrap-up. Now that I've decided on my terminology in the video, let's take a closer look at this wrap-up. Up at the top, you can give your, move that down just a little bit, your month a rating. And then you have a prompt here. For November, it says, what made you smile today or this month? What is one of your long-term goals? What is one thing you can do to begin working toward achieving this goal? Now your prompt, you could write over here in your notes column, or you could do that in a separate journal. You could save your notes column for future planning, notes about things that went on during the month, maybe why you gave it a 5-star or a 3-star rating. And below the prompts, you have a spot for an affirmation and a little spot for a creative space. And we'll take a little bit and measure our sections. So our note section is not quite 3 inches across, while our little column over here sections are 1.5 inches across. And our notes box is about just over 7 inches. Our affirmations box is about 2 inches, and our creative space is just under 2 inches. I think you can see that. And then, of course, this continues for the next 13 months. I'm going to flip ahead to November and see if the prompt repeats itself in November. Nope, it is a different one. This one in November. What have you learned about yourself lately? What advice would you give someone else about what matters most in life? Ooh, that's a good one. That is a really good prompt. And then we will flip to the end of our planner here. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4 dot grid pages. Despite my frustrations with the wire O binding, I am going to use this as my weekly planner starting in November. Hopefully I will continue it through the end of December 2024, but I like to planner hop, but I'm going to give this one a try as my weekly, which means my Live Rich planner will get a little break, which works out fine because it is a undated planner and this one is dated. Overall, I think this is a great little weekly planner. It would be great for, well, its intended purpose, the wellness planner, because it's got all those little habit trackers, the prompts at the end of the month, and the the dashboard and the little reminders on the monthly views. Although I haven't used this yet, I would say this would be a great planner if you need a weekly vertical planner, which I love weekly vertical planners, which is why I wanted to test that one out. Next up, we are going to take a look at that is not the one we want to look at. Got too many boxes out. Not that one either. That's the problem with all these boxes. They all look the same. And I'm not flipping them over as I'm doing this. This is the Undated Archer and Olive Planner. Oh, and I found my little note. The monthly tabs are $9. So not a bad deal for 12 little tabs. I also like how thin these are compared to the vegan leather ones from Erin Condren. I would choose these over the Erin Condren ones. Okay, now for the Undated Planner. This is the Art Deco Black A5. It is $41 and it is vegan leather. And I am obsessed with this because I love the black with the subtle Art Deco design in the corners. It does have your black elastic band, black pen loop. It has got the pocket in the back and standard 160 GSM Archer and Olive paper. With this one you also get, hold on, oh my gosh, my ribbons are stuck. You get your 2 ribbon bookmarks, one with the ampersand on it and the other just plain. The Wellness Planner, you didn't get the ribbons because of the wire O binding, but you got the snap-in bookmark. And we'll take a look at the Undated Planner, page by page, like we did with the last one. First up, we get a year at a glance. It is blank across the top, so you can put in whatever start date you wanted for 12 months. If you wanted to start this in December, you could do December through November. It's already got the days down the side. And you got room at the top to kind of decorate and a little bit of space at the bottom down here. It looks like it might be wide enough for a little bit of washi. Let's see. This is Archer and Olive. I think it was the Flamingo box. Well, it is a tad bit, the washi is just a tad bit wider than the space down here, but you could make it work. I can barely tell that it comes over the page. Or if you had a thinner washi, like I've got this one from Sweet Bean Plans, that would fit perfectly down there. Just an idea. You could do a little bit of decoration on this. And then you get 2, 4, 6 dot grid pages, and we come to our first monthly view. And again, these boxes seem really small, especially these notes here. I would have liked to see the notes column kind of all the way across. So go closer to the edge of the paper over here. I'm not sure. I think I could fit maybe one word on that line. I got big handwriting. And looking at our boxes, we are 1 inch across and 1 inch tall. Our little notes column here is just under an inch across. And it is 5 1/4 tall. And it looks like you get about 1/4 between lines. And then at the bottom you have a notes section, which it's about 1.5 inches from the notes line to the bottom of the page. So you can add additional notes down here since you don't have a lot of room in your boxes. You have room up here to decorate your you can write September 2023, whatever, across the top, your little header. And next page, we go into, oh, hold on. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, which for most months are okay. But if you do a Monday start and you have like the 1st on a Saturday or Sunday, you're going to run out of room for like the 30th or the 31st. And you're going to have to do the little like slash and make one box into 2 dates, or put it up here, or put it on your next month, which to me, none of those are, I don't want to say acceptable. None of them are ideal. I would rather see a 6th row of boxes. Even though I know some months that's a waste, but that's just how I feel when it comes to undated planners. Flipping ahead, you have 6 columns across the 2 pages and 2 boxes down below. So you get Monday through Friday up here, plus a notes column. And this is what I really love about this undated planner is Saturday and Sunday get their own box. They're very large. I could make, 3 columns, split it in half, and fit lots of information on Saturday and Sunday. And taking a look at our columns, they are about 1.5 inches across and just over 5 inches tall, while our Saturday and Sunday are 5 inches wide and just over 2 inches tall. So lots of space for lots of ideas in here. And then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks per month. And then you get 2 dot grid pages. So let's say you do have one of those weeks where, the 30th is a Monday or whatever, and you wanted to keep it in this month instead of moving it ahead to the next month, you could draw out an additional week on the dot grid pages, or you could use this as a summary of the previous month and a look forward to the next month. So you got your monthly wrap up and your monthly dashboard. And then we go into our next month, and if we flip ahead to the end of the book, we have our weeks, 2 dot grid pages, and then just an extra dot grid. That's kind of that binding page. And that is the Art Deco A5 Undated. I really like this layout. I like the cover design. I'm not sure how I would use it right now. If I don't find another planner for work for 2024, I might use this one. And then I can change Saturday and Sunday into like meeting notes or miscellaneous notes or extra to-do lists that maybe don't have an assigned day. The only thing that would be a drawback for using this for work is I would have to sit down and at least date and mark out, I don't know, like 6 months at a time, do like half the book. And then when I get closer to the last 6 months of the year, I'd have to sit down and go through and put all of that in. Because I usually know things on my work calendar a little further out than I do on my personal calendar. Next, we're going to take a look at the professional line. I did grab 2 of those notebooks, and one of them I really liked, and the other one, not a big fan of. So let's start with the one I don't like. I first ordered the warm gray floral, and I got the A5 size. This is $35, and to me, this isn't gray. This is like a taupe more than a gray. Like, I know this is metal, but this is gray. This is not gray. I am disappointed in this color. I was hoping, you know, sometimes things on the website pictures don't always match up with the in-person. So I was hoping this would be more gray than taupe. I was not right on that one. But it is your basic Archer and Olive notebook with the matching elastic, pen loop. In the back we have our pocket, and then we have our 160 GSM dot grid pages. Everything else is standard Archer and Olive. It's great. It's just this color I don't like at all. And look at even the bookmarks. These bookmarks are not warm gray. These are tan. That is my big issue with this warm gray, is it's not gray. It's not warm gray. It's just taupe. Just call it taupe. And yeah, I have to say this is probably the first notebook from Archer and Olive that I've been disappointed in, just because of the color. It is this nice kind of embossed floral pattern on the cover. I do like that. I like the pattern. I think if you are using this for maybe work purposes or something more professional, this is a nice cover design for that. It's just the color does not land for me. And for that reason, I had to go back and order the one I should have ordered in the first place because I knew I was going to love it, the black plaid. And this is a very, I don't want to say hidden, that's not the word I'm looking for, but the pattern is subtle. There we go, that's the word. It's a very subtle pattern. As you can see, it's kind of ingrained in the cover. It does have the black elastic and the pen loop. Has your pocket in the back. Standard dot grid pages, 2 black ribbon bookmarks, and then the inside is the floral design. I do love this plaid. I can't wait to use this. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I love the black plaid. I would also love to see a notebook with the Art Deco design from the Undated Planner. So I would love this design in a notebook. I would buy this so fast because I love Art Deco design. All right, that is the Archer and Olive planner line and professional notebooks. Both of the planners have their plus and minuses. I would use either of them. I am going to use the Abstract Wellness one. Not sure about the Undated one. Absolutely love the black plaid notebook and disappointed in this color. Let me know in the comments, did you order any of the planners or the professional line and what your thoughts on them are? Or if you didn't order them, just let me know your thoughts based on this video. I would love to hear them. And until next time, I hope your coffee is strong enough to power your creativity and help you accomplish all the things.